Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going over the balance sheet and I'll be explaining it in simple terms for small business owners. Plus, I'll be going over how you can create your own balance sheet report using Google Sheets and an accounting software called Xero. Before we jump in, if you're new here, my name's Amanda and you're watching the Business Finance Coach, where I simplify accounting and taxes. And I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Xero, which is the accounting software I'll be showing you how to use for the balance sheet report at the end of this video. Xero has been my go-to favorite software to use for accounting software for businesses. So I'm really happy to have them sponsor today's video. Xero has really accomplished their mission, which they set out to be better than QuickBooks. And I find it much easier to use and a really nice interface and automations. If you want to get started with Xero, I have a special link you can use to get a discount. Plus, it will give me credit for this video. So if you enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate you using my link. Okay, let's jump in and cover the basics of the balance sheet, break it all down in simple terms so that you understand it and understand how it represents your business. What is a balance sheet? A balance sheet is one of two main accounting reports that summarize your accounting record, and they really represent the accounting value and financial situation of your business. Like I said, these two reports summarize your business through summarizing your accounting records. So what's an accounting record? Well, an accounting record is one place tracking everything that happens that affects the finances in your business. And this is one place. So a lot of times when people don't have a complete accounting record, they have pieces that they go to different places. Like you might have your payment processor like Square or Stripe, and then you might have your expenses coming out of a bank account and a credit card, and maybe you have a bill pay software. And so you have all these pieces all over the place. But an accounting record is one place that has it all. And this is actually required for legality and tax purposes. Now, I know a really common question is, do I need a balance sheet for an LLC? So yes, an LLC needs to have a balance sheet because it's a legal business entity. When you file paperwork with a state to form an entity like an LLC, partnership, or corporation, you have created a separate legal entity. That's like a separate person, which means that entity can own things, can owe things, can be held liable, can be sued, can be fined, can earn money, can spend money, just like a human. So as long as you have a separate legal entity that you formed with the state, yes, you should have a balance sheet because that summarizes the separate entity's financials. And you can only get those with a complete accounting record. If you are a sole proprietor, you do not need to have a balance sheet because the business isn't separate from you. What is the main purpose of the balance sheet? So the balance sheet tells you the accounting value of the business. This includes the assets, which is everything the business owns, liabilities, everything it owes, and owner's equity, which is the owner's value. Now this report is an equation. Assets is equal to the liabilities plus owner's equity. So you can see the teal totals at the bottom are equal to each other. Now remember I said that the balance sheet is one of two main summary financial reports for the business. It's essentially the top summary report. The second summary report is the income statement. The income statement gets dumped into the balance sheet, and I'm going to explain how these two are linked together. When we talk about recording all your transactions in your accounting record, we're going to categorize them into account types. Now, we have 5 main account types: income and expenses. And income and expenses are on that income statement report. And then we have assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. And these are the 3 accounts that are on the balance sheet. Now, the income statement is usually the easy one for everyone to grasp because it's telling you how much money you're making. How much was your sales? How much was your expenses? Did you make a profit and how much? So the income statement tells us how profitable the business is over time. Income statement accounts are called temporary accounts because they're only tracking for a period of time, and then they're going to start over at zero. Now, our balance sheet, on the other hand, are called permanent accounts, assets, liabilities, and owner's equity, because these are tracking a running total since the day your business started. They start at zero, and then they're tracking, and they only really give you information as of today, as of one day in time. They don't tell you about how much money you earned. So a great example of an asset on our balance sheet is going to be a bank account. The only way to understand the value of the bank account is to look at the balance as of today or as of the last day of a year. Now, liabilities are the same way. You might have a mortgage, a loan, or credit cards. How much do I owe? Now, the balance sheet has a section for fixed assets. So if you buy real estate or equipment or machinery or trucks, even for office furniture, assets that are used for more than a year in the business to make money, these items go on your balance sheet report at the cost you paid for them. The value of these assets you are going to deduct over time under depreciation on your tax return. And this shows as a subtraction under accumulated depreciation on the balance sheet report. So the net amount affecting this equation of assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity, the value of what you paid for your assets does go down, but it continues to show at the full value on our balance sheet. Now, owner accounts are the value that the owners have. And this is where our net income or net loss from the income statement gets absorbed into our owner equity accounts on our balance sheet. And our owner equity is increased by net income each year and decreased by any losses that the business is having. And owner equity accounts vary in a corporation versus an LLC versus a partnership. But in general, in our most common businesses of partnerships and LLCs, you're going to have an account for each owner called a owner contribution and owner draws. Contributions is everything they put into the business. Draws is everything they take out of the business. Now, I also like to use a retained earnings account. So our retained earnings keeps track of all the earnings that the business has had year after year, and that's reduced by any losses. So all of these accounts total together for our owner equity section. Assets need to equal everything we owe plus the owner's accounts. Okay, so next we're going to look at how to prepare a balance sheet in spreadsheets, followed by how we can prepare our balance sheet in Xero accounting software. Okay, so this is an example of my complete accounting spreadsheet system. On the spreadsheet setup worksheet is where you create your accounts, and you can see the 5 account types we talked about: income, expense, asset, liabilities, and owner equity. This is called your chart of accounts, and I really recommend creating these accounts based on what you want to track and the words you use so that your reports have more meaning to you. Then for each of your bank accounts and liability accounts, or credit cards most commonly, you'll create one of these entry worksheets that you see along the bottom. On each entry worksheet, you list every transaction on a row and all the details about the transaction. You'll reconcile the balance periodically to be sure that you've accounted for every single transaction in that account. Then you'll need to select one of your 5 account types to categorize each and every transaction. From there, your reports basically update automatically, and that includes our balance sheet. Now, for our owner equity accounts, we have another worksheet called owner accounts. And this is really helpful if you haven't been keeping track of these accounts since your business began. It will allow you to catch up the past year's informations we need so that you can at least get some feasible numbers for your balance sheet as best you can. Now, this spreadsheet is part of my Master Your Accounting and Taxes program, and that's it for doing your balance sheet in the spreadsheet system. in Google Sheets. Now we're gonna flip over to Xero accounting software. So when you click my link, you'll be brought over to Xero and you'll need to set up an account. Your first main step is to sync your bank accounts and credit card accounts. And the main feature of accounting software and how it's different from our spreadsheets is that the transactions from our bank accounts are going to sync up automatically, which is really convenient. Now in accounting software, we also have a chart of accounts, accounting, chart of accounts, and you can see those account types over here, and you can add or edit the accounts to customize them, like I recommend. Now, once you add your bank accounts, just like we selected an account for every transaction, we'll do the same thing here. We're going to click this reconcile button. All of our bank transactions come in on the left, and we need to categorize them by either clicking OK if Xero has an entry for it, or we'll need to create an entry. We'll say who they paid, and then we'll need to select an account. We can add any other details, and then we just click OK. And Xero can actually do a lot of this automatically. You can set up rules for how to categorize transactions, and it has an intuitive feature where it kind of will guess what you want the transactions to be. Now, once our statement balance matches the balance in Xero, which this one is very off, but it's just a demo account, then our reports will be updated. We'll go to reporting and balance sheet, and all of these reports will simply update automatically. Now, another great thing about software is there's all sorts of customizations we can do, and customizations for the presentation of various accounts on our balance sheet as well. So you might be wondering, should I use spreadsheet system or should I use Xero accounting software? And ultimately, this really depends on personal preference, but I'll talk about things to consider when making this decision in one of my next videos, spreadsheets versus accounting software. So check it out. And that's all for the balance sheet explained in simple terms and how to create one using spreadsheets or using Xero accounting software. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you in the comment box down below this video. Again, if you want to get started with Xero, be sure to check out my link for a special discount. And if you need more help with your accounting and taxes, or you're interested in my spreadsheets, be sure to check out my other links in the description box. And if you're new here, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.